Manual testing is performed by a human sitting in front of a computer, carefully executing the test steps. Automation testing means using an automation tool to execute your test case suite. The automation software can also enter test data into the system under test, compare expected and actual results, and generate detailed test reports. The goal of automation is to reduce the number of test cases to be run manually and not eliminate manual testing altogether. Why automated testing? Automated testing is important due to the following reasons. Manual testing of all workflows, all fields, all negative scenarios is time and cost consuming. It is difficult to test for multilingual sites manually. Automation does not require human intervention. You can run automated tests unattended or overnight. Automation increases speed of test execution and test coverage. Manual testing can become boring and hence error-prone. Which test cases to automate? Test cases to be automated can be selected using the following criterion to increase the automation ROI. Test cases that are executed repeatedly, test cases that are very tedious or difficult to perform manually, test cases which are time-consuming, and high-risk, business-critical test cases. The following category of test cases are not suitable for automation. Test cases that are newly designed and not executed manually at least once. Test cases for which the requirements are changing frequently. And test cases which are executed on an ad hoc basis. Automation process. The following steps are followed in an automation process. Test tool selection. Test tool selection largely depends on the technology the application under test is built on. For instance, QTP does not support Informatica, so QTP cannot be used for testing Informatica applications. It's a good idea to conduct proof of concept of tool on AUT. Define the scope of automation. Scope of automation is the area of your application under test which will be automated. Planning, design, and development. During this phase, you create the automation strategy and plan. Test execution. Automation scripts are executed during this phase. Maintenance. As new functionalities are added to the system under test with successive cycles, automation scripts need to be added, reviewed, and maintained for each release cycle. Maintenance becomes necessary to improve the effectiveness of automation scripts. Automation tools. The more popular automation tools are QTP. It's the market leader in functional testing tools. Rational Robot. It's an IBM tool used to automate regression, functional, and configuration tests. And Selenium, which is an open-source web automation tool. How to choose an automation tool. Selecting the right tool can be a tricky task. The following criterion will help you select the best tool for your requirement. Ease of use, scripting language used, support for various types of tests, including functional, test management, mobile, etc., and support for multiple testing frameworks. Tool selection is one of the biggest challenges to be tackled before going for automation. First, identify the requirements, explore various tools and its capabilities, set the expectation from the tool, and go for a proof of concept. Framework in automation. A framework is a set of automation guidelines which help in maintaining consistency of testing, less maintenance of code, and it improves reusability. There are 4 types of framework used in software automation testing: data-driven automation framework, keyword-driven automation framework, modular automation framework, and hybrid automation framework. Automation best practices. To get maximum ROI of automation, observe the following. The scope of automation needs to be determined in detail before the start of the project. This sets the expectations from the automation right. Select the right automation tool. A tool must not be selected based on its popularity, but its fit to the automation requirements. Choose an appropriate framework. Scripting standards. Standards have to be followed while writing the scripts for automation. Measure metrics. Success of the automation cannot be determined by comparing the manual effort with the automation effort, but by also capturing the metrics like % of defects found and productivity improvement, etc. The above guidelines, if observed, can greatly help in making your automation successful. In conclusion, the right selection of automation tool, testing process, and team are important players for automation to be successful. Manual and automation methods go hand in hand for successful testing.